Boys, today I'm going to be showing you the best opening in chess history, the Caro-Kann Defense. After these moves, there are three main moves you will face. Knight c3, e5, and e takes d5, starting with e5, the most common. After e5 is played, I would recommend playing bishop to f5, and against pretty much anything, you will want to play e6. The most common move is knight to f3. Now you want to play e6. If they play knight c3, play e6. If they play bishop e3, play e6. If they play h4, play e6. And even against something like bishop to d3, which directly attacks the bishop, you can still play e6, defending the bishop. After a move like bishop to d3, what you should do here is play a move like c5. Now, even though the engine hates this, the thing is after this and then this, and now you actually have three central pawns, and soon you're going to play f6, you're going to play knight c6, you're going to get maybe the bishop out if you can remove this pawn, and it's actually kind of a good position for you. If they instead, in this position, play the exchange variation, what I want you to do is instead take back with the queen, and after knight to c3, you can play this like a Scandinavian by putting your queen on a5. And actually, the benefit of this is that you've already played c6, so you don't need to play it like you would in the Scandinavian. And now, after either knight to f3 or bishop to d2, what you're going to want to do is play knight to f6. Now, what you're going to want to do is play bishop to f5 after these two moves have been played. After you play bishop to f5, there are two main moves white can play. There is knight to e4, in which you could either play queen c7 or queen d5. Queen c7 is the preferred of the two. And now, if white goes back to c3, you can play h6, and now you're actually better. If they instead here play bishop to c4, you can now play e6, which defends your bishop, allows this bishop to come out. Maybe you can put pressure on the knight in the future. Maybe something like knight d5 could be played, and you're in a pretty good position. And finally, after the move knight to c3 in this position, what I want you to do is take, then play knight f6, and if they take, play e takes f6. Now, after a move like knight to f3 is played, you should play bishop to d6. And if bishop to d3 is played, just castle. And after a move like h4, you can just pin this knight. And if instead they don't play h4 and instead just castle themselves, here you can play f5, getting more central space. It doesn't really matter if you ever do lose this pawn, because it was part of double pawn anyway, so it doesn't really matter. But after the moves h4 and then bishop to g4, white may try and do a little bishop sacrifice here. But that is of no worry, because if they sacrifice their knight like this, you're just going to take, and, it's all good. You are up material, even though there's, a little bit of an attack. After h takes g5, the safest option is actually to bring your king out to g6 and just let them take. There's actually just nothing here. After this, you should play rook to h8, getting a trade, and you're in a really good position here. And that is the Caro-Kann epically explained in less than 5 minutes. Make sure to epically subscribe to my epic YouTube channel, Epically.